I don't know how to move them.
I can do it. Nerd alert! I moved you.
Thanks.
And I started the stream.
I am moved.
And I started the stream.
I cooked peaches in my cast iron skillet. I'm never doing that again.
Bad idea.
Or a mess to clean. Yeah, it's sort of burned. It's stuck. It's stuck more than it's supposed to stick.
Well, yeah. Because of the caramelization.
Gotta butter it up.
Well, I filled it with olive oil beforehand, but because that still wasn't enough.
Try using salt and cum.
I had seasoning my cast iron pan with cum, you say. Interesting.
It's for the flavor.
Interesting.
You just
for
need
the
a
flavor,
bit. You just need a bit of something liquid for the salt to get
Fascinating.
the
You know what?
caramel off.
No one's ever tried it. It might be a great idea. It might actually be the highest smoke point oil ever. Just no one's ever tried to use it. So could be a game changer. Or it could burn in a cum stain.
We've been live for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Great.
Just wanted.
Sure.
Wanted that.
Put it out there.
Surely. We ended.
I'd like to see an AI do this.
AI do, yeah. You know it's not AI because we have these exhilarating conversations. We ended last game with a fun Ewok celebration with the werewolves, which I've been thinking about pretty consistently all week and just smiling at. I just really like that as an ending to a game.
Yeah.
Little tiki torches, everybody's like cheering and dancing. Yummy. I think they're all vegetarians. I think that's something that they're about.
Okay, so
and they're
less as ethical concerns.
Yeah. And then you guys all have a great time, and then the next morning, man, I can't remember the little guy's name for the life of me right now. Ralph is what my brain wants to say.
That's not right.
That's not right, though. Hold on. I can find it. He's in here.
Rufus? Remy?
Riffle.
Riffle.
It's Riffle. Your little guy Riffle walks with you guys back to the portal that will bring you guys back to the Bastion. And he waves at you all. What is he? He has a trident, right? He has Willie's all trident. He's got it squared on his back. It's twice the size of him. And he's, thanks again. I really appreciate everything you did for us. You guys are so cool.
I turn back and say, "We know."
And then walk back, and then walk to the portal.
And then walk through the portal. Yep.
Great. He just wave a single tear down his face. His blue cloak billowing in the wind. The red sky above him. As this world isn't a great one. It's very much still a cataclysm world. Red streaked sky above him, a choked sun.
And we made it clear to all of them that they could come live in our world, and they did not want to.
They did not want to do that. Yeah. This is their world. Especially these werewolves chose not to. They're we believe in this nature in this world, and that we can make it better.
Fair.
Other people might take you up on such offers, but these ones won't.
Other people weren't nice to us.
That's true. This is one of the first ones where you've like truly made allies. Great. You guys end up back in the bastion. Who got the rod? It's Hunkiss's, right?
This one was my rod. Yes.
This was
Hunkus.
the last. Everybody has one now.
Everybody has one now.
Yeah.
You you in your sleep that night, in your dreams, Hunkus, you have a vision of a tropical island.
Hell yeah.
Dense jungles. A rocky, sandy beach with roiling waves crashing on the shores. You like as you slowly zoom out, you see a world very similar to like just a good. It's just like a good world. Just like nothing seems to be really wrong. There's no like cataclysm going on here. You go ahead and give me a Hunkus is a learned soldier. He's a well-read cowman. Go ahead and give me a history check.
It's like a good world. Like it's not raining fire.
Yeah.
You know,
no, I mean, you guys just came from. What are your recent ones? Eberron, Barovia.
My history's actually pretty high. I got a +9 to history, so yeah, you weren't wrong. I am a well-read.
No, I know you're a well. I know you guys. You're a well-read guy.
That's a 19.
19. Okay, so hold on. I just want to recount where we've been. The Astral Sea, where we were on a broken space pirate ship. Eberron, like, and specifically the part of Eberron that was annihilated through magic. Barovia and Kryn smack dab in the center of also where the cat, like, literally a chunk of the moon crashed down on. Next, you think you recognize this place? It's one of the few just like regular adventuring worlds, and you only know about it specifically because it is the same plane that Vecna himself hails from originally. It is a world known as
this place.
It is known as Orth or Earth. I'm unclear of how to say it. It's spelled
Earth.
Yeah. Hold on. Make sure I'm spelling it right.
Yeah, early D&D was kind of silly.
Orth. Call it Orth because just calling it Earth seems fucking silly to me. So we're gonna call it Orth.
The planet Orth.
The planet Orth. You know the things you know, and the reason you know about it is you know that Vecna originally hails from this place. This is the world that originally, like, Vecna was just a mage, and then an archmage, and then he reached lichdom with his best buddy Kaz. And they got in a fight, and like slayed one another, and Vecna became Vecna, and Kaz became Kaz, and like these multiplanar entities. But the world kept on spinning, and it's very much like like our world of Aronia, Forgotten Realms. I don't really know what the realm is called off the top of my head, but the Sword Coast and whatnot. Orth is another one of just like known for legendary dungeons, magical treasures, great heroes, great villains, such and such. You pick it up the vibe, and Hunkus has read enough about it in his research on Vecna himself throughout this campaign.
Boril.
Is that the realm of the Forgotten Realms?
It's the third planet from the sun in realm space.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess like yes.
There's space in D&D. There's a whole
Yeah,
space
we've established
realm
this.
all
Yeah.
The way I've done it is so there are pocket realms. Here's a little like above the table like peek into how I've designed or how I've at least thought about it and how we've been traveling. Each of these worlds we've been traveling to are essentially a pocket realm. If we zoom out, there is this sort of middle lane that is the material plane. And then there's up and down, which are like the upper planes and the lower planes. And within the distance between the upper and lowers, depending on their alignment, there are the elemental planes, the Fey realm, the Shadow realm, the ethereal plane, all of those. And then on this like middle line that is quote unquote the material plane, there are pockets that are all the different material worlds for material girls.
Nice.
Literally
Thank
is
you.
a material girl.
And so all of those planes touch all of the other extraplanar planes, but there are spaces between those ones, and those spaces is the astral sea, and that's where like all the astral sea stuff happens. So you can travel from material plane to material plane by traveling through the astral sea. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is everybody
Yes.
on board with how
Mhm.
that
And-
works?
and
That's how I've been thinking of it.
Aronia is one face of a tesseract
Yes.
planet.
I vaguely
and-
remember
and
you telling me that at one
space is
point.
cubic above it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So its bubble of material is a cube.
Yeah.
Great. Simple as. Hunkus turns and tells this to everyone. What I've been saying spews out of Hunkus's mouth.
Yeah, what he said. I look at everyone and say, what he said. And they're like, what?
It's just he does a slow turn, glassed over eyes with 1,000-yard stare, and then just word vomit.
Sean is Hunkus's god, and he just spoke through.
Get a free level of Paladin, Hunkus, and I'm your god. Great. Orth is where we're headed, to a tropical island. Fantastic. You guys are back in the Bastion. Actually, technically, those portals lead to Sigil and the Tower of the Three Mages.
Hmm.
So if there's anything you want to do there, or we can just go to the Bastion. I think from now on, we're just going to behave as if the Tower of the Three Mages is directly a part of the Bastion, because you can just walk through a portal and go
Yeah.
there.
It's like a door.
Yeah, like we just have direct access to it.
You just
Yeah.
have direct access to that and Sigil.
That
Like
makes sense.
also Sigil is a multi-planar marketplace, right? So like also you guys have been, from my understanding, have been shopping in Central City for the most part when you guys
Yeah.
go do things. You could go through Sigil.
Sure.
I'd say it's probably actually quicker for us to go to Sigil,
Certainly. Yeah.
just because we don't have to travel to Central City. We
Yeah.
just step through the portal and we're there.
Yeah. So something to note that I just say because I've never really thought about it until this very moment. So putting it out there.
Tasha, sorry to interrupt your cauldroning.
yeah, she's just like brewing a but it's just oh, what?
Have
What-
you
what-
seen
what do you mean?
Mordenkainen yet? Has he been back? Last we heard, he was
Uh,
missing. Nobody's heard from him, which is
Where's
awesome.
He's been he did show up briefly. I think he might be locked in his room or something
Okay.
up top.
As long as
I haven't
he's
really been
around somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's not
Sure.
like gone. He's just being like a little sketch. But like such is when we live in these times. Like we're really frayed right now. I mean, have you ever gone like several weeks on end spending every one of your spell slots every day?
No.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now.
I do like 4 days of doing that basically, and then I'll rest for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm giving him some space. He is behaving a little odd, but not like more odd than Mordenkainen. Usually, he's an odd guy, you know.
Hey, you ever met Volo?
Yeah,
That'd be a cool guy to
a
talk
couple
to.
of times.
I take it you know cure disease then.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Carl.
I take it you know cure disease then.
Cure disease. Does she know cure disease? No, she's a wizard.
All that magic, all that study for what? You can't even cure disease. What's the point?
She doesn't know how to do that. She's
she could
I
make
could-
she probably is a clone. If she get disease and dies, she just wakes up as her clone, right? Sorry.
she body shimmers next to you. Essentially, I think she misty steps immediately next to you, looking down on you, her hair billowing out. She leans close to you and goes, "What do you know of my clones?"
I just know of wizards. And all good wizards, once they're as powerful as you, they would have clones.
Make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Ha ha ha, he
19.
spends all his time in his room casting all his spells. You know me, I like to do all the components of my spells, and then at the very end, I finish them all at once.
This whole conversation is wiped from your memory. Friend looks around and is like, "So why are we leaving for the Bastion?"
Tasha, have you talked to Mordenkainen? We've been looking for him. Or
She looks down at you and
hasn't
she
been
goes,
around.
She just sort of nods and goes, "Yeah, I talked to him yesterday, little friend."
Okay, good. Thank you.
"Yeah, no problem. Have a good one."
Yeah, I think I got to do a wisdom check to not laugh at that.
Yeah. I did a cheeky little modify memory is what I just did there, friend, just so you know.
I'm gonna say Lehman is probably not in Friend's immediate line of sight.
Yeah. Stifle and a giggle.
He chokes it back, but anybody who could see him can see Lehman choke it back. And that he laughed.
That's funny. That's hilarious. she goes and she waves her hand and the cauldron disappears and she's like, "I have an errand I must attend to. I will see you all later." And she just fucking leaves.
She just goes to a fucking back to tank and rubs her own face. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. The like clone in her mind speaks to her. "Annihilate them. They know. They'll destroy us all." And she's like, No. These are not stable. The only stable one truly is Illustrial, and she's a little frazzled. Tasha is not a sane individual. Either is Mordenkainen. I mean, if you are that powerful, you're very rarely sane.
Yeah, Friend doesn't even know what the clone spell is anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay. What else do we want to do, guys? What else do we want to do?
Are we doing Bastion stuff, or do we want to do the beginning of the next part?
That's I guess what I'm asking. Like
we could run through some quick Bastion stuff, right?
100%. 100%. We can spend some time doing Bastion stuff.
Bastion.
Anybody have any Bastion things they would like to do? Anything that they're like, "Oh, that'd be great to do right now." That they're excited.
Yeah, actually, Lehman will try to get a couple of just relatively simple like magic items. Just
great.
Because they have proven to be quite convenient to have.
What do you get?
Hang on. Let me take a look and see. It'll be probably like a short sword or a scimitar +1 to replace the one he gave gave
Cool.
away.
Easy as.
Stuff like that. Gave away, was it the necklace already?
Yes, you did. You gave the necklace to the Dryad.
Yeah, so it'll be like uncommon
Fantastic.
things.
Let's say for everyone you get 250 gold. Every uncommon 250 gold.
Mhm.
Just tell Hunkus.
Okay.
How
'Cause I-
how long has it been since we've left the Bastion last time?
It's been about 4 days. I think friend correctly identified because you guys left.
That's how long we're
There was a
usually
night
gone,
there.
I feel.
There was a night there. There was a second night, and then a third night, and then the fourth night was the party.
Okay. So I don't think any of my special free spell item.
You guys can hang out for 3 days. Like it's not.
yeah, certainly. We don't have to.
Yeah, so that would just give me one more of those.
Cool. You can mark that down. We'll spend 3 days. We'll spend 3 days. Have a bastion reset.
Are we worried? Are we worried about his influence upon his own plane? You know. That's just something I bring
You
up at
guys-
the bar one night.
Lehman and Hunkus, and maybe even Durnhale, all know. And I vaguely remember saying this when we started the campaign, and we did a bunch of like research, and I like info dumped Vecna lore. But the ones who can bring it up, who bring it back up, are those three, and it's him and Kaz were essentially shunted from Orth.
Mm.
Like they're not really allowed back.
So that's the one place we're not worried about it.
He can like watch and sort of affect in the same way that most divine entities can, as he is like a demigod. But he can't, like, he's not, his armies are gone. He's no longer like the undead overlord of Orth, right?
Yeah.
There's still a lot of undead due to that on Orth, but that's just sort of like tangential to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm tangential.
The new lawbringer
The cheater?
comes to the bar one night. Charles. He shows up at the gate and he yells out, hello, may I enter?
Hell yeah.
Great. Like a vampire, he had to ask. He walks in and he goes, so King Liam filled me in on who you guys are and what you've done for the you know, the city and the kingdom and all that, and I feel like we got off on the wrong foot, you know, with me punching a couple of you really hard.
It's just kind of rough when you're like the cool guys around and then there's a guy that's cooler.
I mean, we could all be the cool guys. That's what I'm here for. Is to like, and he sticks out a hand specifically to Hunkus. If Hunkus is in, I don't know where this is happening, because he was at the gate. Did we go all the way to the bar, or is this did somebody stop him in like the courtyard?
The bar and the gate are very close together.
The bar and the gate are very close, but there's like a sort of like walk path that like branches off to the various places. So I guess this is a question to Hunkus, because I think Hunkus is the only one who would have sort of like an arms crossed, what the fuck are you doing here stance. Hunkus, did you stop him in the courtyard to have this conversation out in the open, or did this move to the bar?
It's in the bar.
Okay. So he sticks out a hand to you over his like big mug of ale, Hunkus, to shake your hand. It's like, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna shake his hand, but I'm gonna like really grip it. Like I'm gonna be really
All
aggressive.
right, let's do an athletics check.
I want to shake his hand, that kind of thing.
Let's do a quick athletics check.
Okay. Athletics check. Okay. Oof. Maybe a 14.
14.
It's not good.
I think I'm gonna win on this one. Hold on, let me get
Yeah.
to it.
I should have a better roll.
I rolled a 9 on my die.
Oof. Oof.
Looking forward.
I want to pull Willie to the side.
Yeah, I rolled a 9 on the die. 23.
Oof. Okay.
So just like you feel a couple of your bones in your hand kind of like slip out of place for a moment, and when the handshake ends, you sort of like flick your hand. Well, I guess the question is, as a Minotaur, I don't know if I've ever asked either of our Minotaurs, are you 5-fingered or are you like Taurens with the like 3 big ones?
I was thinking the 3, Torn
Okay.
style.
Okay,
That's
so
what I was thinking.
Okay, cool. So yours don't. Willie has the 5 fingers.
Willie isn't a true Minotaur, right?
Willie isn't a true Minotaur. True. Cool. Okay. So very cool. So yours don't pop out. Your fingers and bones are dense enough to not do that, but you feel the strength,
Right.
and you're like, oh,
Like-
yeah. Okay, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Right.
And he just smiles and laughs and he goes, man, the stuff I hear you guys get up to, that the king has nothing but praise to say for you guys. It's incredible. He told me that if I really had any problems that needed to be solved, to come to you guys. You seem to be some sort of heroes to him.
Shit.
Some do consider us heroes.
Between you and us, and he kind of looks around and leans close so that it's like a whisper, but not really. I think the king could do with a few more, sets on the field, if you know what I'm saying. It's getting a little round around the stomach, a little less proficient in his arms.
He grows weak.
The duties of leadership prevent one from training exclusively.
Oh my god, are you suggesting we overthrow the king?
No, absolutely not. I am sworn to protect the king. All I'm saying is, good thing this isn't the Dragon War,
Yeah.
He's not his father.
I'm gonna whisper to Willie. I'm like, you need to make this guy your best friend, so that everything goes smoothly whenever we transition power. Okay.
You're right. We had a good fight together. We shook hands at the end, right?
Yeah, reminisce. Give him beer.
This guy starts kicking back his beer. He drinks back his beer, slams it down on the table, and goes, I fought in the Dragon War when I was a youth. I saw his father on the field, a vicious warrior. I saw him grapple an adult red dragon to the ground. It was incredible.
Wow.
When I knew that when I became a man, I wanted to be a man just like King Jacob. Liam takes after his mother's side of the family. Wonderful woman. I met her before she passed. I got a medal for my with the rest of my regiment, of course, for my valor during the Dragon War. But
My friend Willie here's always reminded me of King Jacob.
he turns to you, Willie, and he goes, "Really? You know what? I kind of see it in your nose. Kind of almost have the same nose a little bit."
Also, 5 fingers.
He just sort of like wiggles his fingers. Hunkus, you look down here. Fucking 3 fingers.
My Simpsons hand. Tell me of your exploits. I mean, in my years since the Dragon War, I was in an adventuring party for a little while, and then, I found gods in those adventures, and I dedicated myself to specifically the cause of the Lawbearer. What is society if we are all following our own credos and or not following any credos at all? It is important for communities to have structures that are followed.
I absolutely agree. Recently I had an idea of what if all the communities here in the city, all the neighborhoods or whatnot, elected a representative that could give a report to the king on the goings on. Then everyone would feel involved in their political life a little bit more.
Getting the peasantry involved in like the running of the city.
Well, the peasantry involved in choosing who runs the city.
Maybe they could give a note to the tax man.
Give a note to the tax man. Yeah.
Collecting taxes is actually in my wheelhouse. That's one of my the jobs of the lawbringer.
Oh,
Perhaps, if the peasants get a say in their local tax collector who goes around knocking on doors and whatnot, they'll be more happy when he shows up instead of dreading him. Or maybe if the peasants feel that they need another guard on the street at night.
Watch him as you talk. He furrows his eyebrows a little bit and looks around at all of you and pulls from a bracelet around his wrist a single bead and crushes it. And he goes, "Hey, Victor, the heroes out on the bash, have they paid their taxes?" There's like a brief moment.
Certainly.
Oh. Huh. He looks at all of you and goes, "Well, about those taxes."
We
we
did
in the
pay,
city
we
now?
did pay them.
Are we under the jurisdiction of the tax collection of this city? I thought we were outside of it.
Outside the city, but you're still in the nation.
We did pay them. We did.
Go ahead and make me either a deception or a persuasion check.
What is it?
It's your choice. Did you pay it or did you not?
I don't
Are you
remember.
trying to deceive him?
It's
It's up to you. I don't care. You just decide whether you're deceiving me or trying to persuade me that you
I
did.
think we did pay it. I'm persuading.
Great. Make a persuasion
Yeah,
check.
Oh.
It's going to be really hard for us not to be known and somebody
Yeah.
to come out and be like, "Hey, we're collecting taxes."
Yeah.
Okay. here you
Oh,
go.
100%. What'd you get from?
Did you see it?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't have it open.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a 16.
A 16? No, a 16 is like,
It's a 1.
huh. Oh, it's a 1. Oh, okay. So no, he like stands up and then he grows from his like medium size to his large size as like he just like initiates his growth. And he goes, just looks around at you, these eyes becoming like golden with the divine energy. And then he pauses for a moment. Oh, okay. And then he shrinks back down, the gold fades away. Victor got back to me. He found the book. It's all good.
Okay.
He sits back down and
I
drinks
thought we
his
did
beer.
pay it. Yeah.
Why would we pay taxes? I am committed to the healthy functioning of this city. Part of that includes paying taxes.
I think we get a tax break actually because we train the guards.
You do, yeah. You do get
but-
you
but
guys
we
get
did pay
steep tax
taxes.
breaks. Yeah. You are upstanding members of society, else your little coup agenda would be very suspicious.
It's based in
Willie's
fact.
Willie's over there fomenting sedition, and then an auditor shows up. That's bad. That's not great.
Fomenting sedition. I do not say that out loud. All right.
No,
I
you
talk
don't.
about-
you just
I
do.
talk about
You
how
just
democracy
do it, yeah.
is
Thanks,
a
Carl.
fun little idea, you know.
You guys spend I'm happy to move on from this. But you guys will say that you and the Lawbringer, much like the previous Lawbringer, are now on good terms.
I invite him over for wrestling practice every Friday night, where I have all the Willie fans get together and we wrestle and
He-
argue with each other.
Not
Oh
that
yeah, the theater helps run that, like a full WWE.
nice. He brings like a rotating cast of disciples of the Lawbearer. A couple Stormlord guys, just like specifically the primes that are martial in nature. And like martial in like the physically brawling sense. So it's Lawbearer, it's Stormlord, it's maybe a couple Wild Mother.
Dick Dangler.
The Dick Dangler. That's a betrayer god. Um,
Look, he's an okay guy.
Um,
He just worships the Dick Dangler.
Great. Anything else? Anything else anybody wants to do? Lehman's getting some magic stuff. Durnhill made a thingy. Friend, what are you up to?
Like, so if we can get 2 owlbears, and we smash them together with 2 panthers, maybe we can make a slimmer owlbear that can go faster and more agile. You know?
Your mad scientist looks at you and goes, he's taking notes. He's like, yeah, yes.
So just keep working on what you're doing. I love this stuff you got going on here with the tanks and the fetuses.
Yeah. By the way, I need some more helpers.
What happened to them?
They didn't make the cut.
Okay. Just keep going to the guard trainings and grabbing some guys every once in a while.
What friend's passive perception again? It's friend with the like uber passive. No, it's Durnhill.
Durnhill. Mine's pretty good.
Yeah.
I have a
Yours
23,
is pretty good, though.
And I have
A
passive
23
investigation
passive
of
perception?
24. Yeah.
Oh geez, no. Okay, so yeah, you notice that like you helped to design this barn. The back wall of the barn is like
Too
10
close.
feet too close.
I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not.
There's
I know
definitely
to
like
leave it alone.
like one of the like piles of like hay is definitely like a secret door area
Oh,
that
no.
goes back there. He just was nodding. Panthers, owlbears. I'll get right on it, sir.
Look,
Get right on it.
look.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just go through guys like candy.
Of course not, sir. They they just leave in the night. It's too hard work for them. Hold on, let me make a deception check.
Yeah, sure.
18. I rolled an 18 deception check.
Hold on, I have advantage on insight.
You do?
Yeah, I got a 20.
20? Yeah, this guy's lying through his fucking teeth. This guy's sketchy as fuck.
Okay, well that's a secret. Can we put that down? That he's a serial
Can
killer?
we put that
Can
down
that be
as
a
a
secret?
secret?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sure. You
feel
guys
like
never
that's-
use them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it mean to me for you to take a secret? You never utilize that mechanic. Not once
I don't
ever.
know when we're supposed to use it. Are we supposed to leverage it?
It's a minute of like advantage. You get 1 minute of advantage. What a great time would have been fighting a dragon and a large mage.
Somebody,
That would have been a
somebody remember
fantastic
this.
time.
Somebody remember this soon, okay?
Hilarious.
You have
I
the
love.
secret list. You add it to it.
Okay, yeah.
Doctor.
Your mad scientist. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. We're gonna call him Doofenshmirtz for now.
I forget his name. Do I have?
I view him.
down?
My head is he's Megamind. That's what I have in my head. Is he's not Megamind? He's the guy from Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. That's what I picture too.
Yeah, he's the guy from Crash Bandicoot with like the lab coat and like the
Dr.
big head.
Is
Um,
a murderer.
He's just experimenting.
Yeah, well, the people are dying, so he's a murderer.
You don't know that. They
I'm
could
not
be
gonna
alive
check.
back
I'm not
there.
gonna check either. So it's like the cat, right?
Yeah. It's Schrodinger's laboratory. I want you to know this is not something I pulled out of my ass. I've been like, this has been his MO the whole time.
I'm not surprised.
This is like the third time you've come to talk to him, and I've looked at you being like, I need some more men, by the way.
By the way, can I get more people? Like,
Just need
no
some more
reason
helpers in here.
particular, Just
Man, they like can't find good help these days. They just don't want to work.
Days.
Great. So but he does. The thing is, he does genuinely do your like genetic splicing.
Nice.
So
So do we have flying monkeys now? Are they
Yeah.
done? All right.
Yeah.
We have 2 flying monkeys.
2 flying monkeys.
What do we do with
one's a
that? I don't know.
I want one of them. By the way, David, do you remember the monkeys we saw in the zoo in Japan with the funny noses?
The proboscis monkeys.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. One of them is a flying proboscis monkey.
Oh, lovely.
With the big Squidward nose.
Yeah.
There's another one. I don't think that was it. Big nose monkey.
Big
images.
nose monkey.
No, it's not this
Okay.
one, but all it is proboscis monkeys. Big lipped snub nose monkey.
Macaque.
Was it an odd nose monkey?
Odd nose monkey. Yeah, proboscis monkeys are crazy looking. They look like villagers.
Wah.
You can move it up there now. It's done. Meow.
I think the thing I was actually thinking of were lion-tailed macaques.
Lion-tailed macaque.
I think those were the things that I really enjoyed.
What I said. Macaque.
Macaque.
Oh, I like that.
Macaque.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, so one of them's a proboscis monkey and the other one's a lion-tailed macaque, but both with like big wings.
Nice.
A winged cack.
A winged cack. Great. Hunkus, what are you up to, buddy?
I'm not
I will
really
say
sure.
I will say at one point you do in the like 3 days you do a like a dress check or like what do they call it when like all of the soldiers stand at attention in rows and Hunkus goes through the yeah Joey, you know this. Joey, what is
I
it
know
called?
Inspection.
Inspection.
Dress
yeah.
down?
Yeah, dress
Inspection.
down inspection. Yeah. So all of your soldiers stand at attention, and Hunkus goes through finding faults in how they did it. Wrong buttons, a hat on just the wrong way. The lieutenant, or the captain. I don't know what is Hunkus now. He's a level 15. What do you think Hunkus's title should be in the military?
I mean, I don't
King.
really. I'm not. I don't know. What's a good rank? That's not like obviously general or anything, but
Daddy.
You could be a general if you wanted. That's not against the rules.
Master
buddy.
Chief Petty Officer.
Master Chief. Yeah, I think Grand. I think think the question for Hunkus is: do you want to be still a part of like the Rumagarian military, like, and
Yeah,
answer
for now,
directly to Liam, or have you made a not a black ops, but like what do they call like?
Subcontractor.
Yeah, are you a contractor?
Private military contractor. like
Yeah,
the
are you
PMC.
private
I-
military now?
I'm not. I say I'm still like reporting to the Rooming Guardian.
Great.
Like-
Then you can be anything from like general down. Like
Grandmaster
you could
General.
Grandmaster General. Like if you,
Major-
that one will require some RP. We'll do some RP if like
Colonel.
you want to be a general.
Doctor.
But a colonel, a major, or a captain are all officer ranks. That
Let's
you
do
could
captain.
be. Captain, that's
Yeah,
the
we'll-
lowest officer rank. But
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's
Okay.
just say that I'm like a newly ranked
newly
Officer.
appointed captain. Great.
Yeah.
So that
based
means
on all of our recent adventures.
great. So that I just wanted to. I didn't want to make your immediate subordinate a higher rank. That was what the so he is a lieutenant. Daniel. That's what I'm going to call him, Lieutenant Daniel. Lieutenant Dan.
Oh,
Lieutenant Dan.
you gotta watch his legs, dude. He's
You
gonna-
gotta make sure he keeps
he's
his
gonna
legs.
fucking lose those legs. There's no way.
Has
Lieutenant-
Lieutenant Dan almost died on top of a mountain recently?
He has not begun his mountain journeys. Dan, our friend Dan, almost died on a mountain recently.
Jesus. Been there.
Jesus Christ.
Shit's scary.
Gone. Anyways, Lieutenant Dan turns to you and goes, "The men are all accounted for. We've been training well, sir, in your absence. Training goes well. We've had a few casualties, and by casualties I don't mean they've died. They just, didn't make the cut, and we sent them back to the farms where they came from. It is soldiering is not for everybody, sir." He's got a nice. I think I've decided he's got a nice, really thin mustache, and that's it for facial hair. And he's just I think I'm gonna make him a half elf as well. Lieutenant Dan's a little half elf with like little pointy ears and like golden eyes. Wears a crisp uniform, always in his class A's. Always.
Boy.
Sugoi.
Is there anything you would like to say to the troops, Captain? He stands with his hands behind his back, looking at you. They look forward to your speeches every time you're home, sir.
I give him a nice demoralizing,
Mhm.
like at first speech, like,
Yeah.
you guys are scum crap. And then I
Fucking
build him
maggots.
back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I build him back up at the end, because I
Okay.
point out all those little details that I found. Oh, your button is not right, and that fold is wrong, and the crease is all bad on that collar. I give him the whole rundown.
Perfect. And then we build them back up with what?
Oh, yeah.
How do we build them back up? Greatest fighting force in the nation.
That's right. And then I've seen all the progress and the new weapon advancements that they've made.
Great. Teamwork. If you don't work as a team, you will die individually, and we
That's
will
right.
build teamwork. The whole place collapses.
yeah.
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 Honkus.
Hunkus.
Captain. Great. Anything else you'd like to do, Hunkus? With like your time.
No, I'm good. I don't have
Okay.
too much to like really build up right now. So
Willie, what are we up to?
I'm in my Willy propaganda. I'm doing two things of propaganda. One is a comic book series about me being super cool and defeating evil cultists and protecting young children and just being an
Yeah.
all around great guy, right?
Are the
Uh,
rest of your party involved in this, or is it portrayed as if Willie single-handedly did all of these feats?
It's not real feats. They're not real things that happen.
Oh,
right?
okay.
It's not our stories being told. It's comic book level stories where I'm
Oh, can we
inventing
each have
like
characters in it?
recurring
Like,
villains, right?
like I'm your butler.
No, but you run the Bat Cave, you run the Willy Cave.
Yeah. And then like Hunkus is like the cop, like the
Yeah.
commissioner.
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Hunkus. Yeah.
Like, everyone has a role. No one is greater or lesser except for Willie is the Batman.
Yeah. Okay, so Willie's the Batman, and everybody is various and sundry Bat family members.
Yeah, exactly. So we have the comic book series going out, getting everyone to love Willie and think of him as a cool guy, right? Because you guys live in a world where Batman is real. You can go to his house and talk to him.
Yeah.
So we have that going on. And then the second piece of propaganda is the thing I mentioned earlier, where I want to get local communities and neighborhoods and like shopping streets to elect a representative that gives a report to the king about the goings on in the area.
That one doesn't go well.
That one doesn't go well?
That one doesn't go well. It ends up being more that a council is formed that reports each section of the city, of Central City. This is like a just for Central City thing, right? You're not branching out for the rest of the country. You focus just on Central City. Yeah. So just a reminder of how Central City works. Central City is broken up into like quarters.
The 5 boroughs.
The boroughs, right? And so each borough ends up electing a council member for their borough and creating a council. Some of these elections are not necessarily fair. Like the Prime District just puts the law bare. Like there is no real election. They just all kind of go, "You're going to Charles." But there's the merchants send. His name is Xavius, and he's the like owner and proprietor of like the large general store that is like the centerpiece of the merchant district. So he's like the richest one. He like anything anybody needs to like run their daily lives essentially pays him, right? He's the Walmart. He's the Walmart guy. He doesn't sell like high-end magic, but he sells bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? The
Books.
things everybody needs. Paper, lumber, ink.
Does Walmart have lumber?
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, yeah. What?
Does Walmart have lumber in real life? Does it depend on Walmart?
No, depending.
Lowe's has, but like, imagine this guy is Lowe's, a Home Depot, Walmart,
in medieval
Hannaford.
times, you're
like
Walmart and Lowe's.
Costco.
Yeah, this guy is the superstore, and then the rest of the merchant district are niche shops of like specific things, like the jeweler and the magic guy and the apothecary. You know
the good stores.
That's how I've made the merchant district, because that's how I think my life is easier. Then there's the slums. The slums do have a genuine election. That's where your propaganda really has taken off. The comics are really good in the slums. Willie is, that's where the statue of Willie is, right? Is in like the tent city, the mud city, where like there's a handful of multi-story apartment buildings, but really it's just like hovels pushed up in like mud. It's like it's a part of Central City, just sort of above the table. And I mentioned it when you guys sieged the city all those years ago. this is a part of the city that used to be outside the walls, but has been sort of like taken in the century since, and more defenses have been built around it. But this used to be the part of the city that when curiosity helped overthrow, this is where the army approached and like destroyed a lot of the buildings. And it's where the
here, right?
what?
Gogtown.
Gobtown is a part of the slums, yeah. And then there's the other two. So those are 3 districts. The other 2 districts are the wealthy side, just where like nobility lives, and it's like a bunch of like mansions, like larger places. And then finally, the 5th and final district is the center, and which is like the keep. And like people who live in the castle and work directly for the king live there, and XYZ. So the Prime send Charles, the Merchant send Xavius. I need to figure out a character to win the election for the slums. I need to figure out a character who would be also kind of more appointed than elected by the nobility, whoever has like the most political power within those families, which all descend from like most of those people, those nobility descend from like the magical houses originally in the Olesian Empire that were like, remember like the family you guys worked with that were like the explosion magic school. I can't remember what that school of magic's called off the top of my head. But you guys like did missions for them and like the mines and stuff.
Evocation.
That family's the evocation school. Thank you, Trevor. Like that family still exists and holds noble power in Central City. So whoever's in charge over there, I'm unclear of that at this very moment. And then King Liam appoints somebody within the keep to be the representative for the council. So you've created a new council. There hasn't been a council in Rumagar since the fall of the Olesian Empire, and Willie has fomented enough unrest to create one. William wasn't a bad guy all the time. He just wanted to be left alone to do his nefarious deeds. Great. That's Willie. Lehman, anything else other than making and getting some magic items? And do you have a list in case any of them are something you want to share? Not like share with others, but just share out.
Yeah. These are probably good ones to have. So not just like weaponry and stuff, but like things that are useful and like is survivally kind of handiness.
Mm-hmm. Did you put them somewhere? Oh, you put them in there. My bad. Prisoners of Archery, Scimitar +1. Keyword's handy spice pouch. What's that?
Basically just a pouch of whatever spice you want. Like a pinch of flavor of a meal kind of thing.
Great.
And
love that.
It's let me see if I can find that again. There it is. Yeah, a pinch for each meal. Regains D6 plus 4 pinches per day.
Awesome. Hunkus, drop 1,000 gold, please.
You got it.
Durnhale, anything other than making a new relic? Any other tasks you'd like to do?
Turnham.
Yeah, I don't believe so. No, that's pretty much
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Jimothy Jameson.
Yep.
What would you like to do, buddy?
Man, I could just make like some shit, right?
Good.
Yeah, that's what Carl did.
You can do anything. You can do essentially how I'm viewing this is you can do a Bastion thing and you can do sort of like a role play thing. You can do both. You can do one. You can do none.
But you're also an artificer, so you could make.
Oh
some
yeah, we're
shit.
home. We've been talking a lot about tinkering, bud. This is the time to do tinkering.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And like,
yeah,
I'm like Tony Stark. Like, I literally, my character is
are.
just a super fucking genius with a intelligent, liquid, organic material AI. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So you have two So I wanted to bring this up after Jim J, but actually I'll bring it up now. You guys harvested 2 dragon pouches,
Yes.
2 ice dragon pouches, and some meat. We got some meat too, right, David? Or was it just pouches? I think it was actually just pouches.
Two pouches and a
one
claw.
1 claw. I think somebody took the claw for a necklace. Did anybody claim that? Anybody claim the claw for a necklace?
I think Lehman.
If not-
Lehman has the claw. I don't know if he made it into a necklace.
Lehman's the one who killed it, so I think Lehman does
Yeah.
have sort of authority over like the claw
Yeah.
as a trophy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if somebody wants the claw, they can have it.
But I think Jim J being our tinkerer, Jim J, the things I remember you have liquid metal, 2 vials of liquid metal, and 2 sacks of dragon ice sacks, right? Do you have anything else that you can think of that you've collected that you want to tinker with?
let me gander at my character real quick. I was also pulling up the pin messages for what I have in terms of my bastions to see what I can kind of like RP along with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You got your
Um,
workshop, you got your armory, you've got your smithy. Those are the things that you'll like. I think where we're at right now with Jim Jammy is that sound from Iron Man 1 of him in the cave just hammering away.
yeah, for sure.
Ching.
Book of Secrets. Cultist Book of Written Secrets back at home, 12/28/24. So that was a while ago.
Cultist Book of Secrets. I vaguely remember that.
I also have the How to Summon Glabrezu.
You do. I would say that would teach you summon Greater Demon if you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to just like, consume that. You learn how to summon Greater Demon, but can only summon Glabrazus.
Man, I kind of just want to make it so I could like put them in a computer somehow,
You can't.
like an AI. I think that'd be funny, but like a total shit like that wouldn't help us in any way. It would just be
No.
really fucking funny to have a little demon that we talk to in a computer, like Courage of the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Damn, dyslexia goes
Absolutely
hard.
could.
Fuck. I don't really have much of anything. I do have the robe of scintillating
Mhm.
colors.
Here's what I'm
I
going to
might
say.
Sell
Here's what I'm going to say,
that.
Jim Jams. The 4 things that I've said that are like genuinely. So you have 2 vials of like T1000 liquid, right?
Yeah.
You have 2 Dragon Breath ice sacks. So essentially, you have the ability to imbue cold to anything you want. You also have on your person your Iron Man suit, which is not liquid metal. You wear real armor. Like you're in like the Mark 1, right? Or
Yeah.
for you, it's like Mark 2, but using the Iron Man analogy, you literally like suit in, and for the 4 days you guys are out on an adventure, Jim Jammy doesn't really get out of his fucking armor. He is
No.
kind of locked in there.
Fremen still suit.
You have your like a Fremen still suit. That's a great analogy. Yeah, much more bulky, like a
Yeah.
plate
But
Fremen
you're
steel
drinking
suit.
your piss.
You are drinking your piss. Yeah. You have your gun, and you have your hand pulsars, which are the like Iron Man. You know, that's your melee attack with your suit, right? And then you have your
Yeah.
radiant gun. How would you like to either make something new, wholesale, whole cloth new, off the dome, like there's no limitations, whatever you want to do, we're gonna figure out how to roll some checks and build it in a cave with a box of scraps. Or you can augment one of your already acquired things. So like you could use the liquid metal on your armor, and now you have the like nano suit from Infinity War and Endgame, right?
Yeah.
You could figure out how to put the cold sacks into your pulsars or your gun and add cold damage. You could make something completely new. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah. And all those ideas I'm taking into consideration too. And like the nano suit I've really thought of, like something that could help take away my disadvantage for stealth and shit like that, but still maintain it. But also, yeah, maneuverability, not be so bulky, blah blah blah. Let's I think I would, for the most part, try to adapt this thing to my suit technology. I think that would be a main priority, right? Is to try to find the most efficient way of just like, it is my cream of the crop. It's like literally my main thing. My main priority is just like figuring out this exosuit technology.
Great. I love it. We're gonna cut to Jim J. Fuck, what's his name? What's your
Oh, Jarvis, what's his butt?
what's
Yeah,
his,
what
what's
is
his
his
fucking
name?
name?
Cass?
What's his fucking
No.
name? No. Landro. His name is Landro.
Yep, Landro.
Landro has like you've managed to put like crystals in all of your buildings so that Landro can sort of like slide into them. So he's either attached to the suit or he's attached to these crystals that are mounted. So he sort of like speaks out and goes, "Sir, we have begun melting down your armor." And we cut to Jim J in his smithy. He's fully in like smith apron. Are you doing it nude? Just apron? Or do you have like
Depending on the session, how long it goes, if it's really hot, like when I'm starting to like forge, yeah, I'll get naked and shit like that with just an
full
apron.
naked, just like the thick rubbery smithing apron. Melting
Got
down
some fire resistance on there.
Yeah, 100%. Melting down his armor, pulling it out, making sure it's pure, getting rid of any impurities. And then you step forward with right now one vial of the liquid metal. Give me a tinker check, which is going to be a d20 plus your intelligence plus your proficiency modifier.
D20.
You have the ability to make every tools, right? Like you have smithy tools. You have every tool under the sun.
And I literally know how to use every single one.
Great. So that is what we're going to do.
So my
D20
plus my intelligence
plus your proficiency.
Well, that's an 18 altogether.
18 altogether.
But can I add my
stroke? You can do whatever you. Yeah, 100% if that's what you want to do. Brings it up to a 23.
I'm looking for anything else. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's it.
Great. So are you doing that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, why not? It resets on
Yeah,
So
exactly.
a 23. Hours go by, sweat pouring down. You pour it into the molds. You look it over. You scrape pieces off the top. You look at it. You bring it over to like a fantasy microscope. You look under the microscope and you see the rearranging of the metals, and you nod as behind you in the mold of your suit it hardens. And then a moment later, it all coalesces into a singular gem. The whole armor just sort of like water flows into this dodecahedron, 12-sided gem that is onyx black.
Oh, I love that.
What sort of metal would you have made the connecting chassis out of? Like iron, steel, brass, copper, bronze? Like what is the sort of like the holding basin made out of for metal, Jim Jams?
Probably steel.
Steel. So you pick it up in its dodecahedron steel chassis and attach it to the center of your chest. Landro magically finds himself in the crystal because it is the same sort of like gem tech that you've been utilizing this whole campaign. And you, as a free action, will the armor to appear around you. And it is the oddest feeling because you're still nude. You've taken off the apron and it's just like you bare naked standing in your smithy. And you feel the liquid armor like slide across your full body, including a helmet over your head. And you have fully made a nano suit. You have the benefits of full plate, 18 armor class, without the deficit of disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Does it show like
And you can.
his day?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Like
There's a
outside of
bulge.
his
Yeah,
dick?
for sure. There is. It isn't like it, but it's like,
Classy.
It's a modest
classy.
bulge.
Okay.
yeah,
okay, good.
it's classy. Yeah. Is there anything else I was going to say? 18 armor class, no disadvantage. Oh, and as a free action, you can don and doff it. You don't have to.
Free action.
Normally there's a 10-minute. Like, I'm taking off my gear now, and I'm
Yeah,
putting
and when
on
you
my
wake up,
gear.
if you get jumped and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
don't have your yeah.
Yeah, you just have this gem on your chest that both you. I'm gonna actually say something else. I'm going to give you is that Landro, I don't think, can be surprised. So you will always have your arm. You could be surprised, so like your turn can still be skipped. But Landro, when you get jumped, will put out your armor. You will always
Nice.
have your armor.
Nice. Like if I'm like walking around town and somebody tries to stab me in the back, Landro like goes to the
Landro's-
spot where I'd get stabbed first, and then
Precisely,
proceeds to
yeah.
fill in my entire armor.
Yes.
Or like
Or
when
like-
Thanos tries to punch you in the head and like your mask comes over your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanos comes all over my face.
Great. That's one vial. That's one vial of liquid metal. You didn't fail the check.
Okay,
So
I
you
drank
still
the
have
other
one.
one.
Fucking sick.
You drew.
No.
Yes,
I'm kidding.
yes.
And Jim Jammy dies
Yeah.
in his fucking smithy.
Now
He's
Landro
found-
is Trevor's new character.
He's
like
found
Ultron
dead.
with a dead
Yeah.
body inside of him.
Jim Jammy walks out of the smithy. A voice comes out of the helmet. Hello, fellow friends. Let us adventure. Is there anything else you would like to tinker with, Jim Jams?
No, but
You
I
have
just
one
want to let
more-
it be known. Landro doesn't know how to do sign language, so if anything happens, just ask me stuff in sign language.
So you don't want to do any more tinkering with the other vial or the cold sacks?
You know, I'm thinking about it. Like something cool with the cold sacks. Definitely, like honestly, like a cool like dragon breath gun would be fucking sick.
Great. You want to do that?
Yeah, and I think I want to try and keep it like an organic looking weapon too.
Yeah.
Like trying to
No,
use the liquid metal to kind of just like fabricate like the dragon organic system, like organ system,
I
and how
have a
it functions
thought.
to like set it.
Unless you tell me something to use specifically with the liquid metal, I think I've got it. Unless you want it, so
No, I get what you're saying.
the way to use the liquid metal is, if you would like to use liquid metal as well, we can fold it directly into the suit, where it's just sort of like pulled out from the suit. But if you don't use liquid metal, we could make just like essentially a flesh gun. Where it's holstered, like it's on your person.
I think a flesh gun would be fucking sick,
Okay,
honestly.
so we're gonna put to the side the extra vial of liquid metal for any future use.
I might
we're gonna
use the
go-
liquid metal on my like rifle gun, my radiant rifle gun at some point.
Cool. We're gonna go to the workshop this time. You walk over to the workshop where you've got all these like hanging chains and like clamps to hold on to things.
Nipples.
And you pull out one of the two sacks. Here's what I'm going to say. You could use one sack, and if you fail, you have the second sack to try again. Or you could use both sacks in one thing, and it will be more powerful if you succeed.
Do we have any drugs that I can like take to like make me really smart for a little bit?
You can go around and ask any of your friends for any like enhancement spells.
I have a wizard that can cast any spell 4th level or lower on you.
I'm gonna come out, just walking around, my cheeks hanging out, ass cheeks. I got the apron on. I'm
Yeah,
just asking people for performance spells.
Performance enhancing spells.
Like I got my goggles on, like the gnome-looking goggles from World of Warcraft and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
My hair is all fucked up.
We named your wizard. Do you remember what his name is?
Do I have it written down somewhere? Let me see. I
Franklin.
don't.
Well, today on duty today is Franklin.
Franklin, that works.
Hello, sir. Well, what can I do for you?
Man, you got any spells? Help me out.
I think
Big old cloud of smoke goes in his face.
Huh. Friend, are you around?
Yes, hello, Franklin.
Can I give him what he wants?
Give your spell to him for the day. That's fine. I'm not. I don't need a spell today. I'm actually.
Sir Jimothy, will you turn around for me?
I'm moving around like Hunter S. Thompson right now. I'm just like jittery and shit like that.
The moment you turn his back to him, he smacks you on the ass, and you have advantage on all intelligence checks and saves for the next hour.
Great.
I just like hover away. I just put my arms out like to my sides and I just like flow backwards. They don't know how I'm doing it.
If you go ask Durnhale, I will also say this: if you go ask Durnhale, either him or he can send you one of his clerics to work with you in his workshop, to give you guidance. That's the other one.
And
I'm gonna make a little mechanical robot and send out a message to find Durnhale and his companions.
Durnhale, a little robot appears to you. Does it like hand a note, or does it say?
No, it's a beaker. It's a beaker, glass beaker with a little circle platform on the bottom with legs, and there's a note inside the beaker bottle.
Okay. That approaches you, Durnhale, wherever you are in the bastion right now.
Would this be an entirely new creation, Jim, or is this something that like I would have probably seen?
I have a bunch of these things just roaming around, just moving my like reagents and shit like that, and different like chemicals. Like they're on my chemical barrels too, so I don't have to like pick up and move barrels. They just have little legs, so like when I like want it to move, they like stand up and then just like walk over to where I want it, and then sit back down.
His storehouse is fully automated. He doesn't go in there. The material just moves itself in the boxes and barrels.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, hello.
There's just a note inside this bottle.
Grab the note.
And it's just asking if I could get some performance enhancing spells. And it asks if you're a cop.
and like little like scrunched up letters at the
Jackbox
very
game.
bottom of the note, it says, "You have to tell me if you're a cop."
Durnhale like actively, seriously considers for a second of like, okay, I'm a cleric of tears, so what does that mean?
Or a cop, like 100%.
100%
Durnhill
a
is
cop.
a space cop.
I'm a space cop. Yeah.
Games here.
Like,
Durnhill is definitely one.
Jackbox.
So you have like a bunch of cleric places that you could send one of your workers. They know guidance.
yeah. I'll send one of those.
A young a halfling woman named Sasha appears at the door of your workshop, sees you naked, and kind of like puts her hand over her eyes and holds out her hand. And she goes, every minute, will you just come give me a high five?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Here's these glasses. Put these on. Put these on.
She puts on the glasses.
It's literally just censors my ass cheeks.
Great. It's like it blurs your ass and cock. She goes,
Jackbox
this
game.
This is actually lovely. Thank the Everlight. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, here you go. And she like pats you on the arm. And
No,
you
I
have
try to
guidance.
get in a sick ass dap, like a fucking really
Nice.
clean dap.
Nice. Okay, let's roll. Let's
Okay.
roll a dexterity check on both our ends.
Okay. 10 plus
Roll a 17.
3, 13.
13? Yeah, she actually sees you go for it, and she actually kind of does it a bit better than you.
Nice, nice,
Nice.
nice, nice,
Nice.
nice, nice.
Nice.
And I and saying that repeatedly, and then go
Yeah.
back in my workshop.
And the DAP is your first guidance.
Nice.
So she will just give you a guidance always. So
What was I doing again? He's
Yeah,
just
we
yelling
turn
that
around.
now.
we turn around and you pull out one of the cold sacks. I don't remember if you told me. Are we using both cold
Jackbox.
sacks or just one?
Let's do both of them. That's why I wanted to get all
To
boosted
really
up.
Okay. So we put both. We're gonna work on both of the cold sacks. We begin arcane, like pull out the welding tools and
Maybe
arcane welding,
If it goes well.
and or maybe forming the sacks into certain structures. You get some of your like steel and crystals, and you form like a chassis to hold the socks in place, and create like a trigger mechanism that has a safety on it, because safety matters.
Want some like bismuth in there and shit like that. Crazy looking shapes.
100%. And then you use the crystals to help form or these gems to help condense so that it doesn't blow back on you. So that like it only happens in like a cone in front. Go ahead and make me the same check. It's a tinker check. D20 plus your intelligence, plus proficiency, plus a D4. Also, I'm just going to retcon, go back. Friend, you could inspire him on his way out. If you would like. Or he can go fuck himself.
He might be AFK for a second.
He
he's
did
muted.
go AFK. He did go AFK. So no inspiration. No inspiration, just the D4.
Okay, so my intelligence.
Intelligence mod, plus proficiency mod, plus a D4 at advantage. There's 2 D20 rolls.
Nice. Here, 1 second. Actually, I'll be right back.
Oh, he's gonna go find him. He's gonna go find him and be like, give me inspiration. Give me inspiration. It's just a montage of Jim J forging this weapon. The girl going up to him and like leaning over the side
Sorry.
of him, seeing what he works. And like every time a big spark happens, she like scoots back to the other side of the room, spooked.
Okay, so Nick was just saying I do get the inspiration. He's just downstairs.
Great.
So I
Did
got
he
a
s- did he
17.
s-
It's my
did-
intelligence plus what?
Did he say what his die is? I think it's a 12 now, if he hasn't multi-classed.
What's your die?
Inspiration die. I think it's 12.
He's not answering that.
That's fine. I think it's a 12. We're going to call it a 12 for now.
Okay.
And if you roll like
So-
an 11 or 12, it's fine.
All right. A roll d12.
So you roll a 2d20s,
Yep, and I got
a d4, and a d12.
okay. That's a bad d12 roll. I got a 2.
Okay.
And then a d4.
And a d4.
2, 4. So 17, 18, 19, 21.
Plus your intelligence, plus your proficiency modifier.
Sorry, I was like 45 seconds behind on the YouTube. Watching
okay.
while I let the dog out. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. You're a d12
Yes.
inspiration die,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's what I thought.
So I got 21 with the d12 and the d4 added to my intelligence.
So that's total.
And then-
Okay, 21.
And then can I and then flash of genius.
And you flash of genius another 5 for 26.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. It comes together, like hours of pulling it together. Sasha's like very interested. She's like sitting on a stool, kicking her legs, giving you a high five every minute to keep the guidance going, dapping you up.
Falling in love with you.
At one moment, she like kind of lifts the goggles and shakes her head and puts the goggles back down. And you make, I do like Nick's thought. I think you make a double barrel, like cut off shotgun, like a sawed off shotgun, double barreled. When you pull the trigger, in a 15-foot cone in front of you, I think we're gonna do.
Like a
I
burning
want to look
hands,
up.
but cold.
Yeah.
What's that, 3d6?
I was-
That's what I'm.
I was thinking 3 or 4 d6. I wanted to look up the lunar dragon stats again. I'm going to give you 4d8 cold damage.
Nice.
And it will recharge on a 6, on a d6.
But
On a
but you
6,
can
not
use
a
it
5,
twice,
6.
right?
No,
Since it's
no,
a double
just once.
barrel? Oh, okay.
No, the double barrel gives you more die than I might have originally.
Nice.
48 recharges on a 6 cold damage. No. Rewind.
Perfect.
8d6 cold damage.
8d6 cold damage. Holy shit.
8d6 cold damage. Recharge on a 6.
Nice.
So you pull it out in a 15-foot cone in front of you. A DC 18 con save.
That's a good gun.
On failure. So I need you to write. I will write it down, but I'm going to say it, and I would like you to write it down as well. So
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to write it down. I'm just
Done.
going to do it in a notepad real quick. I was going to go
uh,
back and also listen to this again, I think, and make it an item.
sawed off ice gun. 15-foot cone. Coon. Cone. Originating from you. everyone in the cone makes a DC 18 con save. On a failure, takes 8d6 cold damage, and their speed is reduced by half until the end of your next turn. On a success, half damage and no speed reduction. Recharges on a 6 d6 roll at the start of turns. Great.
Okay, so what was the cone radius of it?
50-foot cone.
So I got a sawed-off ice gun, 15-foot cone, 8d6 cold damage, speed reduced by half to the end of your next turn. On save, half damage and no speed reduction.
And then once you use it at the start of your turn, kind of like a magic game, like untap, upkeep, draw. On your upkeep, you roll a d6. On a 6, it recharges. And you can do it again.
You gotta draw this flesh gun.
And it's like this pulsing whitish flesh gun held in like essentially molded by a metal chassis that you've crafted around it to like hold the pulsing cold flesh.
And I'll have some like power junction that kind of helps operate it, like simulates the organ to like work and kind of.
Yeah, that's
like,
the trigger. Yeah. Great. What a fun little time. What a fun little time. You've used now both cold sacks. You've used one vial of liquid metal. You have one vial of liquid metal remaining. Things you could do with it if you would like to use it now. You could make
Cover it on Jimmy, or cover it on a friend.
Cover it on friend. You could get friend in to tinker with friend's whole robot form. That's a very high DC with very stark consequences should it fail.
You want to
Yeah,
tinker with
but
my
it'd be cool
whole-
to have him have some sort of cool inspirational boost. Becomes a giant stereo.
You could
I
also
really like
make
the armor you already made me. Pretty good.
True. No, yeah, for sure.
But I want.
Sorry, go ahead,
I
Sean.
want cool shit.
you could make, I think, a Lehman or Hunkus or Durnhale something similar to what Willie has, which is like
A weapon that can change on the fly.
a mercurial weapon, yeah, that can be anything they will it to be.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Or you can just hold it.
Well, decide amongst each other who wants something.
I would not want something like that. I am happy with my quarterstaff, and I feel like somebody else would probably benefit more from something like that, since I already have a kind of powerful weapon.
Cool.
I will literally use this last vial for whatever anybody wants to make, though.
I was gonna say I have a +2 short sword, and I don't think I really used melee at all at any point. So someone else could probably.
That kind of just leaves Lehman or Friend. I know Friend has the rock, and we have a lot of fun with the rock.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I was gonna say, I don't really get into melee right now.
Yeah. Cool. So we can just hold on to it. Just hold it for now.
You could, if you could, like replicate your armor for Lehman or for somebody. You know,
I was gonna say I could do something with armor because I only have AC 19. That's kind of like my weakest point right now.
We could make another set of sort of like liquid armor.
I would like, honestly, and that's my specialty too. And the reality of the scope is armor.
Hunkus, what are you wearing for armor? What is your what is it that you have on right now?
Let me look real quick.
Can I just kidnap him while he's sleeping one night?
Well, let's see what he's wearing before we kidnap
with your
specifically
little
Hunkus.
legs.
Where is it?
Put him on his bed.
I think it's just
I can look it up.
mithril plate.
Oh, then you're essentially already wearing. You're essentially already wearing.
I mean, I'm got
what we'd be
the
making.
ultimate.
Yeah.
I think that's something that Hunkus made at some point because that's what I'm wearing too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think somebody.
think
I think. I think it was
I-
Jim J. I think Jim J went around and made everybody.
Yeah, somebody's
mithril
Bastion
plate.
can do it.
Yeah.
I think we
Okay.
just hold Jim J. I think we just
Yeah,
hold it.
just hang on
until
to
we
it.
think of-
Can we make Willy armor that doesn't count as armor? So he still
No.
gets the benefits of not wearing armor?
No,
But he
'Cause
can
what's the
turn it
point of
on and off.
that?
It's a free action, right?
it is a free action,
So
but
if he
like,
can turn it on and off, if it's off, he's not wearing armor. He gets the benefits. He gets his movement. He goes and attacks. At the end of his turn, he's wearing armor, right?
I think what we need is just a cloak of protection +1 or something. Just a
Bracers
tougher
of
cloak of
I have
protection.
one of those.
Willie needs bracers of defense. That's actually what Willie needs.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
But that's not the liquid metal. I think we're gonna hold on to the liquid metal. We're gonna
Okay.
pocket it for now until we come up with something that is like uber cool.
Can barbarians use shields?
Nope. I don't think so. I might be wrong.
No, I have shields.
Yeah, you can
I
use
have
a shield.
So I just need a shield. I just need a shield and sword. It was always just a shield and sword. That is the best combo. Give me an AC of 20.
You could just go buy a fucking shield, buddy. Just walk.
Yeah.
Just order a shield.
All right.
You just walk over to Hunkus's barracks. Walk over to Hunkus's training ground and be like, just walk up to the nearest soldier and go, taking that.
Yeah, it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even need to buy one. Just take one out of the
Right.
dozens we have.
Not even from like the weapon racks. Willie just walks up to one of the training guys and goes,
Yeah,
that's mine now.
they tell him to go get a new one.
Yeah, tell him to go get a new one.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are like the next day look at Willie and like, why do you have a beat up wooden?
You have a
training
shield now? Nice.
I
You should
try
get
it
a
out.
magic one.
I do like the idea that he's just got like a training shield.
Yeah.
I do really like that for Willie.
There's like notches in the edge where people have hit
Yeah.
it.
If you
It's
So
literally the
Lacey-
fucking wooden shield from like a Souls game, like your first basic shield.
Yeah. The first shield you get that has 100 physical defense.
Yeah, it has yellow and black painted on it because it's a training shield, right? And it's supposed to be super easy
Yeah.
to see.
Okay.
You should get
Last
a
thing
magic one.
I want us to do as a group, before we continue on with the like main adventure, is the adventuring guild. Just sort of like a group thing. What has happened there? What do we feel like we want to do with the adventuring guild to like establish it in the world?
I think we should each sponsor a team of adventurers and have an adventurers tournament or something.
Oh my! You read my mind. A tournament
way.
art.
like send them on like a dumb like finder's quest. What do you call
Yeah.
it? Like a scavenger hunt. Yeah.
Well, that and
Or
like
Hunger
the hunter's
Games?
exam from Hunter x Hunter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
God, I'm nerding out.
I've
But like
never
the
hunted
fight
hunter.
tower and shit like that. Like, I don't know. We could. Yeah. I fuck with all this so much.
Is it Hunter x
Yes.
Hunter because there's two hunters we want to fall in love?
No, it's like
Um,
it's all coming to a point to where it's gonna be hunters that are hunting hunters. Hunter.
Oh, so they're gonna
Like they're
exercise
hunter of
dogs.
hunters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I need to watch that anime. It's on my list.
It's really good, but I'm honestly kind of disappointed in the artist right now, the mangaka.
Mm.
That's how it be sometimes. Me looking at Boruto.
Well, the like 30th anniversary of this one anime came out recently, and everybody did art for it, but the artist was literally charged for having so much CP they thought he was a distributor.
Oh my
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
god! What? Sorry, Boruto. Sorry, Kishimoto. You're not in that realm. I didn't like the beginning of Boruto. I didn't. That's all I meant.
I think it's Roroshi Kenshi or something like that. It's the samurai, the red samurai guy. Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin.
No, I love that. So we're gonna do a competition of we're gonna like we've set like go especially because we've established these like essence rules, this like harvesting rules. So we're gonna have that like the adventuring guild knows how to like the adventurers know how to harvest things. Let's do it as like a well, I guess here's the question. Do you want it to be dangerous where it's like the team who brings back the like best essence wins, or do you which could lead to some death, could lead to some real like our stomachs are bigger than our ability things, right? Or are you guys going to set a specific thing to hunt that you as a group feel is within the capabilities of a like, you know, a level 3 to 5 party? Because that's where your adventuring guild's at right now. You don't have like a singular part. You are the singular party that is like the one everybody looks up to.
Here's my idea. It's like a big line basically, and it goes through a typical adventure. And you time it, right? So they got to fight some guys. They might have time to rest. They might decide they don't want to rest to beat everybody else's times, right? But it would probably be advised they take a long rest in the middle of it. But some people could choose not to, you know? And then at the end, there's like a big bad fight, and they have to retrieve an item and bring it back. And
It's almost like an endurance run. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Great. I love it.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Questions. Yeah. I have another sort of like, okay, this is what we're doing, and now here's the next fork in the road for the decision to be made. Is it real? Are you guys going around like and setting up like talking to like getting a town involved, working with like maybe your like theater troupe, right? That does the plays and like setting it all up so it's real with quotation marks, right? And having it all set up. Or is somebody going to go talk to the illusionist family in the central city and set up what's the room in X-Men? The
danger room.
The danger room. Are you guys going to set up a danger room?
So I mean, it could be marginally, like we could make it so it's marginally like dangerous or some stakes because there is the cleric core. So theoretically, if someone does croak, we were at least working on having people that could bring them back.
I think we should
doing the
do
danger room. Straight up real. Okay, the straight up real. The clerics might not make it there sometimes.
Yeah.
If it like really gets out of hand, the danger room is a bit of the safer one where like the illusion's real, but if somebody gets their ass beat, right outside the room is a cleric that rushes in and saves the day.
And I think we go find people who think they're big and bad and tough, and we use them as our big bads at the end. And if they beat the team, then they're free to go with money. You know?
Okay.
But if not, then you know, sorry about you. You're dead now.
What's his name at the pub would be
feel
great
about
for that.
plan?
I love that.
When you say go find people who think they're big and bad, what do you mean by people who think they're big and bad?
Like somebody that would be hard to beat as a level
like a big guy in town that we're just gonna go pay to come and do this for us.
Like in a dungeon, like we go.
Well, you know, I mean, yeah, an NPC guy. You know, what does that mean?
Are there dungeons in dangerous places where there be monsters in the area? Or are we like in the middle of like
or like bandit encampments? That'd probably be like the closest thing you guys would have for this.
We just go kidnap bandits, like, and while they're asleep, like we knock them out, kidnap the bandits, like stack them up with like some just magical gear, and then we wake up fighting people.
I'm fine with all of this, with the exception of its redoability. That's the problem I currently have with this plan. Is like
No,
the first group that does it, you now need to go find another group of bandits to do. Like that's the problem I'm currently having with the plan, Nick. That isn't.
If I could step in, my recommendation or my idea is something along the lines of there's dangerous areas that are renowned to have conflict, right? Like, and there's different ways we can scope that on a like level rating, right? And we just need to find people that we can have as instructors that can observe and step in if need be during these situations. But also, I feel like it would get to a point to where like the people that get filtered out in like the later task, like you have a possibility of dying. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know, like kind of, but having areas just that are in the world that could be established, let's say, to be this course, this like kind of like this like way to like train or at least like get people vetted in.
It's the forest of death from Naruto. That's I
literally.
It's the forest of death from Naruto. I see it.
Like literally.
So, I think here's the.
I also have another idea. It just came to me.
Okay.
The liquid metal. We could build our own danger room.
That's what. That was one of the options. Yeah.
It was. Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah. I mean, so the illusionist would come in and help you build it because it would be illusion. Because none of you are illusionists, right?
No, it's just made of metal. Everything's made of metal that you find.
Everything's made of metal.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Yeah, it's just metal.
Do we have that much metal, or do we just illusionist everything?
Plastic
And
is that big.
the big bad is the liquid metal that we can just reform and reshape after every time.
That's a good. I like that one because you do only have one vial and no current.
Well, he could be every boss, and he could just get stronger and stronger.
Exactly. The liquid metal can be literally anything.
So, like, the illusions could be the little bads in the big forest, right? Like, could we try to simulate this out in a place that, like, still gives, like, an actual, like, real world experience? Like,
but the boss is fake.
Illusion room, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just totally, like, hologram room is what I'm trying to think of.
The holodeck from Star Trek. It's the danger room from X-Men. So here's what I'm going to say. I would like you to drop 15,000 gold on
the ground.
Yeah, on developing another building inside your walls. That is the danger room.
We have all of this to do, by the way. That is not. I mean, yeah, we're good with that. 15,000 is easy.
15,000 on that. I would like you to drop another 7,500 gold on paying the illusionist to come and set up these permanent illusions. She brings her whole family. There's just a day where there's like a whole feast. These are literally like one of the 8 noble families. Their entire like adult bloodline comes. The matron of the house, her husband, her 3 kids. They're like 9 kids who are varying from like they've just graduated into illusionists to like just started school. A whole family of illusionists. It's a big feast, and they spend all of their spell slots, like all of them work together to create this constantly able to be modified illusion to create the danger room. So they get paid 7,500 gold for that, and are treated like essentially royalty by you guys in a feast. So let's say you drop another 1,000 gold on the feast. Make somebody cast one of the clerics cast Heroes Feast that night, you know.
Could we try to show them our cool bank as well and get them invested in that a little bit?
Oh yeah, you want yeah. I'm sure you and Willie spend some time like buddying up to them to engage with his seditious, so the king mindset. Jim J shows them the beginnings of the bank and how the bank works, and the matron seems interested 100%.
Super
There's
secure.
no,
Super secure.
yeah, there's no like central bank. They keep their own like money. In her drinks late at night, she tells you that each one of the like noble families essentially has their own vaults on their like mansion properties that are like above the table, essentially like high level dungeons
Nice.
that their wealth and their like material wealth is kept safe in.
Oh, should we do bad
So she
guy
will-
campaign next, guys?
Yeah, right? That'd be fun,
Um,
honestly.
So they engage with that, and so they make it. So right now we've spent 15,000 plus 8,500 is 23,500.
Yeah, I've already deducted all that as we talk. So
Next is Jim J, which we do all the same things. Franklin comes up, gives you the advantage on intelligence. Sasha, who's been sort of following you around the past couple days, she'll like appear at the at your workshop or wherever you are and ask if you need anything. She brings a couple beers one night from the from Willie's Tavern. When there's like the big feast, she asked Durnhale if she could come. Durnhale, do you say yes if she could come? She's like, I hear there's a big feast. Do you think I could come? I won't be a bother, I promise.
Suppose.
Fantastic! Yay!
Suppose.
Why
And
that
she
sound like
kind of dogs
Squidward?
you kind of have a shadow the whole time, Jim J. She shows up and gives you more guidance. And I'm gonna say you build you drag like a mannequin, just like a regular old mannequin that you'd like show off armor like in a store, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even, you don't need to pay for it. I'm sure you have one somewhere, right? Somebody has one somewhere on this Bastion property.
Yeah, we just drag one out of the barracks over there.
Exactly. Yeah. Literally, yeah. You just drag one of like the dummies, the target dummies. It's like chipped and struck from practice. You drag it over to the newly
missing a shield.
The newly like magic. I'm gonna say at this point, you guys don't actually engage with like your Bastion was built manually. Like most of your buildings, like especially the original buildings, were built by carpenters and by hand. I'm gonna say at this point, you guys have mages and wizards that are able to just like magically weave.
I mean, we can even
buildings
do
into
it,
existence.
Right? Like,
Yeah, a lot of you could
rape here. That would help a lot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say this building was made like the Amish in an afternoon. Which, as we all know, the Amish are wizards when it comes to buildings.
Oh, totally.
Jim J, you drag it over to the building, which essentially is just a super tall building with these massive, heavy double doors, no windows, just tall and massive, empty, just like 35 feet up, vaulted ceilings. The room is like 150 feet wide. It's just this one big, massive chamber with these arcane lines crisscrossing through every inch of the interior all the way to the ceiling. Just hums an arcane power because this is after the illusionists have done their magic. And you bring in this Sasha walking at your heels. You're dragging along this dummy, and you put it in the center of the place, and you begin to tinker and like carve arcane you sort of like dig out grooves into it and place your crystals, because you do crystal tech, your gem tech, and you put in various key places these pre-done arcane gems. One is like in its its third eye, one's where its heart would be. You place several more throughout like key like chi points. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And then finally you take out your last vial of liquid metal and you go to work. give me the same check. It is 2d20 plus a d4 plus a d12.
Okay.
That's what you're going to roll right now.
Damn, a 7
Wait, you got a
plus.
portent, Lehman?
Well, I have an inspiration too.
Sean, do you want me to go ahead and roll for my portents?
Go ahead, if you'd like.
All right. I think that nat 20 sounds pretty good.
Oh
It
shit!
does sound pretty good. So, Lehman sits not even in this room. We're gonna do like a bit, outside the rules storytelling. Lehman sits in his arcane chamber with his doing what wizards do, pondering his orb, looking into the future and seeing the various divine pathways, time ways that stand in front of you all. And Lehman sees one where the Adventuring Academy is top-notch, stellar, brings out cream of the crop adventurers for generations to come. And with a flick of his wrist, all of these branching time ways where Lehman can see, literally as if like strings of fate, them all branching out from his orb. He flicks his wrist and watches as all of those strings form a singular dense rope around this one timeline. And over in the other building, Jim J rolls a natural 20 on that check.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Lehman, I don't know if you've ever wanted to, but if you ever want any of those like dunamantic spells, especially that are like time based, feel free to grab those for your spell book. And if there's something you want, I can start populating loot with spell scrolls of them. They're just not in the baseline, but it very much fits divine magic, is specifically the time dunamantic spells. And dunamancy's real in our world. One of the 9 families is the dunamancy family. Or is it 10? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Altogether, I got
a
a 34.
That's adding your intelligence and your proficiency bonus?
Yes.
Fantastic. A 34. I'm going to say I will tell you what I was thinking.
Actually. 39.
39 because you're going to add the 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I was thinking before the natural 20 came, and it was whatever the final number is will be the CR up to the CR that the final monster can be. So
39.
A 39 CR monster, anything from 0 to 39
Jesus
is what monstrosity can be created. That is not just an illusion, it is a real, tangible monster inside your danger room.
People
How
are
much is
lucky
a
that we have
Tarrasque?
this. Do you know that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say a Tarrasque doesn't count. I'm gonna put
It's
because
too
there
big.
can only ever be it's too big. There can only ever be one Tarrasque. There are like limitations.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
There are like
Size limitation, for sure.
a named person can't you can't make Mr. Hooper in here. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
There are
You make him very much like Mr.
very much like him. Yeah, 100%. But like you essentially
can
can't make a
make a Dr.
clone
Manhattan.
here. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But this is our guarantee to having a true scope. But also, maybe if we need the bastion defended.
That's a great
But,
way
like,
to train
also-
ourselves. Shit.
Yeah, you train yourself here. But like also it could just be an owl bear. You know? Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't need to
exactly.
be something great. It could also just be
Oh,
you know.
Fred's gonna go in here with the scientists and just, all right, now this. What about that, huh? Can you make that?
one night he tries to like get it out of the fucking danger room.
Come on.
And can't get it out because it's magically locked in there. Great. Fun. We'll leave that there. What a great time. And we'll like so the adventuring groups begin like a scoreboard of like best times through the current adventure. And like you guys can change the adventure as you wish, and they'll create a leaderboard.
We should each make
Yeah,
a
they have like
team.
leaderboards for like each like preset adventure.
Yes.
We should each
Yeah,
make
and each
make
of
a-
you have
make a
teams.
team
So
name and colors.
yeah, in the coming times, you guys can design your own, like Lehman's adventuring party, Friends adventuring party. Everybody can make their own. I'm gonna say, like the rules of the adventuring party as it stands in your Adventurers Guild. Parties of 4 only. Just like classic, just to limit it. Classic adventuring party rules, like RPG rules. You can have multiple of the same classes. That like you could run a full party of 4 fighters, if that's what you wish, and we'll play with that a little bit more doubtful. Something for you to play with. Also gives you an opportunity to be like, this is my backup character, just in case. Okay. The morning of your next trip through the portal arrives. I would like to do just a as quick as we can do it. I want everybody to take a moment and look at their character sheets. Oh, I'm a man who forgot that you were supposed to level up.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops. We're gonna not deal with that right now. It's fine. The difference between level 15 and level 16 with what we're going to do at the before the end of today's game isn't important.
Okay.
So we'll do it after this game.
But we did get a long rest, right?
You do, of course. It's been several days.
Yeah.
It has been
I'm not
several
very
days back in the
rested.
Bastion.
Partying pretty hard.
I would like everybody. I'm gonna run upstairs and go pee real quick. And while I'm doing that, I want everybody to look at their character sheets and talk amongst yourselves about the magic items you all have. So a lot of people have picked up some stuff recently. I want to make sure everybody has full attunements. I the one I'm thinking of off the top of my head is I don't know. I think Lehman got it. I just don't know if he put it on. Is the robe of the Archmagi. There's also another really powerful robe. There's the wand of enemies or whatever it is.
I've got that.
Stuff.
Yep, I've got that.
So
enemy
just
detection,
talk amongst yourselves and be like, these are the things I have. Is everybody hooked up? I'll be back.
Hi, my name is Friend. I have a cloak of
Hi, Friend.
protection. Hello. I also have a stone of good luck. Don't really need that. I also have winged boots. All of these could be upgraded for other things. I can list them now if you'd like.
Nobody wants this roboscantulating killers, do they?
No, I'm okay. I'm not really a Christian.
Let me.
What about scrolls and potions? Are we all set on stuff like that?
We can get potions from the garden. Regular healing potions. So you should always have some of those. We can just have those, maybe 2 each, pretty much.
Why don't we just get a giant jug that's indestructible glass, and then we just fill it full of potion
Oh,
juice?
and just put it on Willie's back.
Yes.
Yeah.
We put like a little spout on it with hoses, like a hydration backpack.
Willie slurp juice.
Willie Slurp Juice.
Yeah.
Or like a keg. I can make a really cool metal keg.
Metal keg.
You have to do keg stands to drink healing potions.
Slurp Juice.
Sorry, I'm laughing at this because the Robe of the Archmagi.
Yeah.
I'm like, I lose a point on my spell save DC, and I gain advantage on saving throw against spells and magical effects.
Why do you lose a point on your spell save DC?
Because the Archmagi War Mage
Yeah.
is your spell save DC and spell attack bonus each increase by 2. I've already got an Arcane Grimoire. I've already got 3 items.
Okay.
Gauntlets of Ogre Power, Arcane Grimoire +3, and my shield casting half plate armor.
And so you'd rather get rid of your grimoire and replace it with the robe than anything else? Is what you're saying?
It becomes half a dozen of one, 6 of another, really.
Yeah.
Because the half plate doesn't have a minimum strength bonus, but having Gauntlets of Ogre Power is really nice when somebody goes, I'm going to go, oh, wait, that guy in armor is casting spells. I better go hit them. And you just kind of like, oh, you're going to hit me. No.
Yeah.
So Gauntlets of Ogre Power, Arcane Grimoire +3, which is a +3 on spell save DC.
Yeah, I could use that. If you're not gonna use it anymore.
Requires attunement by a wizard.
Oh.
Same thing. Say, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard for the Robe of the Archmagi.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm technically a bard. Can you believe it?
Yep.
You knew that?
Yeah, you're a bard.
Oh. I mean, I guess I got this drum I never play. Drum, drum, drum.
You're like a walking jukebox.
I don't sing often. I'm inspirational. I get that. I can talk.
Yep.
But shit, man. In 2 levels, I'm gonna do some shit. Let me tell you, Lehman. The world's gonna change. Permanently. Because of the words I say.
Hang on. Let me check something.
Yeah, because I really don't have much that's like, I don't know. I got the Regenerate Rod, Belt of Hill Giant, the short sword that I never use, Mithril Plate, and then we all got like the Ring of Mind Shielding, right? That's something we all ended up getting at some point. Remember
I
correctly?
don't think so.
Or that was,
I don't
yeah,
remember
no,
that.
wait, never mind. That was no. So I have that. And then I have the Inspelled Staff that I do Contagion with. So those are the 3 things I have attuned.
I really don't need this Stone of Good Luck. Like, I only keep it on because I don't have anything else. I'd prefer something that upped my spell save DC, but I don't know what exists or
Same.
what we're able to get. Can't you get a holy symbol? Like a plus something holy symbol?
I'm trying to what
Don't those exist?
What there is, I think, basically the same thing that Lehman got of the book that make you smarter. There's one for wisdom as well.
Right, yes. No, I know.
Book that make you smarter.
I know about books. I don't only watch videos where I'm from. I've read books for sure.
No, not that one.
With words that you read?
Yeah,
I do that
the
all the
Tome
time.
of Understanding is
Ooh, okay, my bad. I got talking to my sister
That-
and her girlfriend.
that
My
book.
bad.
Are we still talking?
Yeah, sure. I get it. You want a book.
Eventually.
Yeah, we're talking.
What I want
Great.
is an item that's like, oh, this is friend's special sack, and this sack makes it where he hurts people better.
And
I mean,
special sack. It
Like-
hangs
one
between
thing-
his
Like that
legs.
grimoire he has.
It hurts
I want-
people.
I want a grimoire.
I can
for
make
people,
stuff.
for wizards. Can you make a
I can make
grimoire
like an
for-
amulet of health. I can make
bards?
radiant weapons, spell refueling rings, enhanced defense, resist armor, mind sharpener.
Can you make
John?
something that makes bards do
What's
better
up?
spells?
According to D&D Beyond, the +2 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack bonus from the robes stacks with the arcane grimoire.
Fucking great for you.
Okay.
No, that's fantastic for you.
That's
Horrible
what I
for
was
me.
thinking.
Oh, it's fucking terrible for you.
They're fucking awful.
I'm just looking at like I looked at my spells. I attuned and equipped the robe of the Archmage Eye and the arcane grimoire, and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, it's a spell save of 23.
Hunkus, can you?
I mean, like,
Hunkus,
you're at a point where, like, a regular guy probably shouldn't be able to save from your spells. But, like, a dragon, he'd probably fine, depending on the spell save.
Yeah,
You're a-
and I would very clearly be very specific about picking
Yeah,
spells
you're a,
that dragons less likely to get.
it's you know, it's one of those things, especially with Lehman, with these divinity mages, I'm much more willing to sort of give, because, like, the whole vibe is I've picked the timeline. I have curated this moment, and you're fucked for it.
I've looked and I've seen 14,000,006
Good.
timelines.
Yeah,
This
and
is
thi-
the one I want.
correct. Yeah. So I like, sure, am I going to have moments in the coming weeks where I'm like, son of a fucking bitch? Sure, but such is the fate of being the DM.
can you
So now
use
I
your
go-
divinity magic to find me something to make my spell saves go up? And Durnhale.
I can make bracers defense.
Yes, do that for Willie. He needs them.
Actually, Willie, do
Yeah,
you wear
me too.
armor?
Doesn't know.
I can't wear armor. I am attuned to 3 things right now.
You can't wear bracers of defense, Hunkus.
Oh no, you can still
Oh.
wear armor. Most armor does not take a tune.
Yeah, but he doesn't wear it because he's a barbarian, and he needs
Yeah.
that extra movement and such.
I can only make one bracers of defense, but I can make a ring of protection.
What are your 3 items, Willie?
Amulet of Health,
Okay.
the Trident, and the Cloak of Protection.
Yeah, you should ditch the amulet of health for the bracers of defense.
Hmm.
I'm
Or if you are willing to spend when somebody is about to hit you, focus on them not hitting you, and then calling upon the magic of a weapon or a piece of equipment. Do you wear a shield?
yes. He's
Actually,
got that
Willie,
new
I'm
shield.
going to give you a better shield than that.
This is the
Give me a
upgrade.
week.
Thanks.
Sean, I'm going to go ahead and get a shield with a shield spell built into it,
Great.
an ensorcelled shield.
Yeah.
So he has 6 times per day he can cast shield.
Can he cast spells while raged?
What?
What were you trying to tell them?
Um,
Did you tell him? Yeah, tell
Hang
him.
on.
Tell him about it. I don't know if they can hear you. Yeah.
You are like, Nick, you are so close to the mic and whispering somehow.
you hear the
It's like,
cat?
are you talking to me?
Could you hear the
No,
cat?
that's a
oh,
great
that was,
question.
I think I did hear the cat.
Okay. He's
that's a
I
baby.
don't think he can, Lehman. He could use it outside of him raging. So it's not it's like
Is it a better
It's a
shield than his
fantastic idea. but-
trainer shield? Yes. Is it? He also kind of uses his reaction a lot to clap.
Mhm.
Sure.
So
I think just like a +1 shield is great.
Okay. Yeah, I can give you a +1 shield.
What are
Yeah.
the limitations on like jamming and stuff, making stuff?
he only has certain things he can make, like as a whatever his class is called. And then he also only can make the things from his bastions. He can make kind of as many of them as he wants with enough time and material. But he chose the things he can make with like his infusions.
Yeah, the infusions I got right now are Bracers of Defense, Ring of Protection, Gem of Seeing, Radiant Weapon, Ring of Reaction.
Gotcha.
But I'm still, I don't know. I kind of have to change some of this up now since I got new armor stuff too.
I mean, if he's not able to, would it be possible somewhere to procure an Amulet of the Devout? Because that's kind of, other than the Wisdom book, that's I think the only way I got to increase my spell stuff.
Oh, the books? No, yeah, you can't get
Yeah,
those.
not
those
not the
are-
books.
yeah.
Yeah, but the amulets, Amulet of the
Oh.
Devout. There's
You've
a +1, +2, +3 Amulet of the Devout.
had me look this up before. Amulet of the Devout, cauldron of everything. You gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and a saving through DCs of your spells. Bonus is determined. Yeah, I think you can find an uncommon one, at least. A +1.
Okay.
That's no problem. To locate.
I got kind of a question.
Yeah.
We kind of like hand waved my weapon switching like way back in the day. Like I can just like kind of use whatever weapon I've got equipped without an action. Is kind of what we talked about. Even though I
That
don't
is
really
rules
do
is
that.
written. That is rules is written. That's not hand waving. That's just
Oh,
how the
okay. I
game
didn't know
is
that.
now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you
Anyway,
can.
so then I guess my question is, would that count for shields too? Like, could I have a shield and like, obviously, because the quarterstaff is like a quarterstaff, but like, could I just have a shield equipped too and swap out with a shield when I needed it?
think
You can use a
Talking
quarterstaff
to-
one-handed.
The quarterstaff
guess
is
you use it
versatile.
two-handed.
You can
just
use it
straight-
one handed.
He uses
Because
it
it's a
two-handed.
Yeah.
I think that
But that- but-
requires you, Chad,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. I think that requires you to be much more on top of
If you have your shield equipped or not.
if you have your shield equipped
Right.
or not, and
In
like
terms
being
of
like,
Right.
6 of your damage.
yeah, like in your head, it's not going to be. I just hit a guy for a D10, and then I get hit back, and I have my shield on. Like you need to have it in your head.
No. So like, after I attack, I could be like,
Yes.
and then I'm going to equip my shield,
Yes.
and then like end my turn. That way, if something happens to me, it's basically like taking an action. If you don't say it, you don't get it, right? Kind of thing. So
yeah,
in the same sense.
It's a little kitten.
Okay. That's just something for me to think about.
It begs for freedom.
Did David see the kitten?
David,
Yeah.
there's a cat on the screen.
The Orange Child. That's the one that's the same color that I'm going to be getting here in a couple weeks.
Here, come look at the screen. Come look at Discord screen, and there's a cat. Probably doing baby things. Let's remember that he has a baby to take care of.
Getting ready for baby things.
Sorry.
He's in charge of changing. All right, great. Is there anything else that needs to be done?
So you said I could get the uncommon amulet.
Yes.
Would it be possible, maybe using my cleric connections throughout the city, to like over time make a higher level one of those amulets? Like they all do their, prayers and all that type of stuff, working with different magic-y folks to make a higher level amulet over time? Or
We can work on that on a future bastion. We can work on that on a future bastion. In a future bastion time, for sure.
What can I get that helps me with spell saves?
There's something. Hold on.
Is it like an instrument or something?
Yes, it's something really.
It's the instruments of the bards. Yeah, that's what you get.
Let me, because it's something weird. It's not. It's like a weirdly named thing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the instruments of the bards. Well, these give you. No, these don't even affect. These don't affect your spell save.
They give you a spell.
They just give you extra spells you can cast. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look. Let me look.
I literally Googled things to increase Bard spell DC, and there's nothing, buddy. I'm sorry.
What does that? Why?
Rhythm Maker's Drum. +2 to your attack spells DCs. For that version.
Rhythm Makers.
What is
Rhythm
this
Makers
from?
Drum.
Tasha's.
It's a +1, +2, +3. I do use a drum. I have a drum on my back, but I don't use it,
As an action, you can play the drum to regain 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration feature.
I need this drum.
Alright, take an uncommon one, buddy.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I have a Stone of Good Luck if anybody wants that.
It's a gear. It's not a stone, it's a gear.
Oh yeah, it's a gear.
The cog of good luck.
The cog of yes, the cog of good luck.
I'm unattuning it, but if anybody wants it, let me know.
What's it do?
Gives you +1 to all your spell saves. I think that's it.
I thought it was all 6 of your saves, a flat +1.
You gain a +1 ability to all ability checks and saving throws, actually.
But which is why you got it as the bard. Yeah. Everybody was like, give it to the jack of all trades guy. It'll make him even jackier.
Yeah, jack me.
Alright, I'm putting my camera on.
Look at his cat.
Oh, let me see. Oh wow! Oh my
Little guy. 1 week, 1 day.
Oh my
little guy.
He's so big.
David, have you gotten any earthquakes lately?
Really?
Just this baby.
This baby. Earth shaking. Baby. Porsche was born 8.5.
Yeah. 8.55 pound baby. Absolutely.
He's so cute.
Stuck unit.
Oh, look at his face.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Oh. Them cheeks.
Last night he lost his fingy privileges, so I put him in his sleeves.
Oh, he lost his.
Was he trying to eat him?
No, he's trying to scratch his face.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
His baby fingernails are like razor blades.
Yep.
Sharp.
I love that. He lost his finger privileges. Revoked. I'm your father, and I say no more.
No more
So we
fingers.
level up now?
Nope, we're going to do one more
Oh
thing
yeah.
before the end. I want us to get. I
Did
want to
everybody
get
get their
there.
items? And
Yeah,
make
are we
sure
done with
everything's-
items? So an uncommon amulet for Durnhale, an uncommon drum for Friend, and a +1 shield for Willie. Those are the things we purchased.
Sure.
Yes.
Hunkus drop another 750 gold. And we go on our way. Step through the portal.
I just know you guys like. I know you guys like numbers a lot. We had 38,000 gold when we started the game. We have 14,000 now. That's how much we spent.
Good day. Good day of spending money.
We are stimulating the local economy. All right.
I forgot to do our I'm sure Lehman investigated the place we're going, as we usually do. I forgot to do this. Characters who research this island on Orth find out that it is named the Isle of Serpents. Long ago, the Archlich Acerak visited the Isle of Serpents in his search for precious artifacts. Acerak demolished settlements across the island, stealing treasures and killing indiscriminately. He then built one of his infamous tombs near the coast. The descendants of those who survived Acerak's onslaught remain on the island and are still working to rebuild. Many seek to reclaim the treasures that were stolen from them. The Isle of Serpents is part of an archipelago known as the Asperdi Duxon chain. Write that down, not that it will really matter.
Verity Dukes on chain. Pussy on the chain wax.
So it's an archipelago, a chain of islands. You guys have one here in this world, towards the bottom of the world, that sort of connects the two continents. The island's temperate climate creates a haven for venomous snakes and poisonous fauna, and its craggy cliffs contain treacherous coastal cave systems. Popular accounts of the island describe it as unlucky, leading outsiders to avoid it. Legends speak of Acerak's infamous Tomb of Horrors, a deadly labyrinth filled with monsters and puzzles. Stories state that the Archlich created similar tombs to guard precious magical artifacts. One such tomb is located on the isle. You're not going to the Tomb of Horrors that is like the infamous party killer.
Right.
But going to a different one.
A lesser known tomb of horrors.
A lesser known tomb filled with horrors.
Different horrors.
So that's the info dump on where you're going. You guys step through the portal one by one. Boop, 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 boop. As each of you steps through, you go from the warm. It's like late spring, early summer, where you guys are. So it's warm, but it's nice and cool. You guys don't really live in a humid climate. To a the air is heavy with humidity. The heat is bearing down on you. The sun, blue sky, very little clouds above. In front of you, about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away from where you guys step out, beautiful, clear waters of a lagoon. The light bounces off, catches your eyes, sand underneath your feet. Behind you, the portal seems to be at the ground level of a pretty large cliffside. I can change the map real quick from it. I don't know if people watched me
No,
while you
I
guys were
didn't know you had
talking.
the map open.
I've been drawing on Hinata this whole time.
I didn't know. I would have had it up.
I just refreshed it. Oh
It's
my
just
god!
character sheet.
Cheer up!
Cheer up, Naruto. You guys come
Little
out
map.
here.
Little map.
New map. That little square is where you guys are. Tokens, players. Just gonna make Lehman real quick, just to like mark where like you guys all kind of like pop out, right? So if you want to get your characters and pop them out around Lehman. As you guys arrive, and like you take in the immediate, like the beautiful sun, the nice beach. It's like a Caribbean beach, like beautiful sort of like whitish yellow sand, really fine, clear lagoon, almost like Neverland-esque. Screams are heard on the warm sea air as you gaze out, and you see rising from the lagoon's depths are massive tentacles that reach out towards the beach at a panicked group of people dressed in hiking gear, grabbing them, encircling them in their tentacles, raising them 20, 30 feet up into the air. One person is grabbed and just flung at the cliff, their bones breaking on the cliff side. They fall to the ground in a heap.
Guy
And that's
in a
where
gray robe screaming at a spot in the wall. Friend, friend, friend.
He sees the door that you guys came out of and is like, "Oh, it was that one. It was that." Oh, that's where we will end today's game. Is there is a group of people on this beach being attacked by a kraken.
Yay.
Not McCracken.
Not the kraken, just a kraken.
A kraken what?
All right, bye.